Welcome to the Simone Peront Show. I hope everyone has had a lovely, wonderful, and blessed weekend. In my episode today, I'm going to be talking about where people have insecure notions and they feel that they just know you better than you know yourself. Now, I'd have to say, I don't meet a lot of people like that. But when I do, I'd have to say that it is quite rare. And maybe you've been there before, or maybe you haven't. But I will share with you that it is an annoying thing to experience. Have you ever tried to explain something to somebody and they just felt like they had you figured out for whatever reason? So they could just be saying that, oh, you're just doing it because everyone else is doing it. These are just examples. Oh, you engaged in this activity because you really want to be a doctor. Or it could be like just anything under the sun. But, anyways, you take the time to explain yourself, and it doesn't matter what you say at the end of the day. And so, why does this happen? Is it just because they're a really stubborn person? Yeah, kind of, but I think it's something a lot deeper than that. People who do this, they are not comfortable with not knowing. So, because of this uncomfortability, they have to be right about like literally almost everything. And why do they take the time to hold on to this incorrect story? Because if they're wrong, then they have to admit that they don't have something figured out or someone figured out. And that can feel quite threatening for whatever reason. And people are genuinely perceptive. You know, you meet like a lot of nice people. There are wonderful people out there. They listen, they ask questions, and they're willing to say, oh, that's cool. I didn't know that about you, or I didn't know that. And when you meet people like that, it just means that they're confident. And what's so wonderful about people who are confident like this is that it just shows that you don't need to be right all the time. But when you have someone that insists that they're right, even after you've taken the time to speak with them and corrected them, that's not demonstrating wisdom. That's protecting their world of certainty, whatever that they've created for themselves. And there's a lesson from Socrates where he practiced wisdom for many years. He asked questions. He didn't begin with conclusions. He believed that wisdom started by recognizing how much we don't know. Imagine how different our conversations would be if more people approached others with curiosity instead of certainty. Instead of saying, I know exactly why you did that, they'd ask, can you tell me more about what was going on through your mind? One opens a conversation, the other shuts it down. This is important because when someone repeatedly tells you who you are, despite what you've told them, it can be exhausting and quite annoying. You start wondering if you need to keep even trying or defend yourself, whatever the situation is. And I've learned you don't need to do that because you have tried to explain yourself and they heard what you said, but they just simply chose not to understand or update what you've told them. And so when that happens, that's information about them, not you. And that also is the opposite of what a healthy relationship is. Healthy relationships Whether it's a friend, family member, or a professional relationship, they all have one thing in common. They stay curious, open minded, respectful. They ask questions and they listen. They're willing to change their minds because nobody gets everything right. We all misunderstand people sometimes. The difference is what we do after we realize it. So if you know someone in your life that keeps insisting that they know you better than yourself, just pause for a moment, ask yourself, are they really trying to understand me, or are they just trying to protect the little story that they have created for themselves? Because those are two different things. The people worth keeping close are not going to be the ones who always think they're right. They're going to be the ones who are willing to learn who you actually are. And those are the people that you want to have around. Thanks so much for listening to my episode today. If this episode resonated with you, feel free to share with those you love. And if you have ever ran into someone who just does this instead of asking, feel free to leave a comment and reach out. Until next time, keep being the awesome, beautiful person that you are, and I'll see you on the next episode. Take care.